Today is July 29th, 2025, and I'm checking in.
DVWB Daily Vlogs with Blake.
Guys, I have a huge announcement, and it's kind of not that huge. If you've been following my account, you kind of knew this was happening. I knew this was happening. I've been very excited about it. I am officially a homeowner. Technically, it's really weird. I co-signed for my sister. She's technically the homeowner, but I'm also on the lease on pretty much every piece of paperwork. I'm also on it, so I'm like half a homeowner right now. I'm kind of excited about it. I think it's kind of cool. I'm gonna give you guys obviously a house tour when I get to the house. I'm currently about 40 minutes away because I'm at the house I'm moving from, going to the house that I'm moving to. In the back I do have a fun little pit stop. I need to go say hi to my mother. I have a hand truck for her. She got a new job, and so she's going to be moving out all of her shit from her old office, and she decided to do it today. And luckily for her, she forgot to grab this hand truck, but I am literally going to be driving right by where she works. So I decided to be I decided to be son of the year today and go ahead and bring that to her. So that's what I'm doing first. And then in the back, I don't know if you can see it, I have a lawnmower and I have a shop vac. Our house that we bought has low-key a giant spider problem. And so what we're going to be doing is just sucking up an ungodly amount of spiders later. It's going to be a fun little game. We're going to play like almost like Ghostbusters. It feels really cool. I'm really excited about it. But I have that. I have a lawn to mow. Our lawn is relatively big. I'm not going to lie. We did a good job. My sister had a couple requirements for houses, right? She wanted it to be at least a 20-minute drive from her work, which is like downtown in a city that is near where we live. I don't want to dox this, so I'm not going to say where it is. But she wanted to be at least, 20 minutes from there. And then she wanted to have a yard that's like at least an acre, right? Or close to an acre. And in Florida, that's really rare, especially because, like I said, she wanted to be near a downtown area. So we ended up getting a yard that I want to say has like 0.7 acres. And it's nice. It's really nice. And I'm not going to lie, the best thing about it is our house is like up front and in like the corner of our property. So our yard is like all together one giant thing. And I am really excited about that because it makes it where when I mow the lawn, I don't have to, okay, mow the front yard. Okay, then mow the left side of the house. Okay, and then mow the right side of the house. Okay, and then mow the back. I just can mow everything all at once. And that is exciting to me. I will probably prop up my phone somewhere and do a time lapse of it when I mow the lawn later, but I'm so excited. We also started painting yesterday. I will show you that. I personally was not planning on painting my room or doing much painting or helping out much in the painting side of things, but me and my sister got a house together, so I should probably help her out a little bit with that. So I'll show you the wall that I did compared to everything else that everybody else did, and you'll see, wow, Blake, you did a fucking terrible job. And it's a true statement. I like to be proud of the work that I do, but I also am not doing work that's good to be proud of, if that makes sense. But that being said, I am very, very excited to show you guys. It's a cute little house. I will say this. I've seen a couple people already be like, Blake, your room is so tiny. I know. I'm okay with that because here's my thing. Growing up, I was always a bedroom child. I don't know if you know the bedroom child versus living room child thing, but like there's a lot of people who are like that when they're at their house, they'll hang out in their living room, they'll hang out, in the family room, they'll do all this, they'll do all that. And then there's the kids who will only hang out in their bedroom. And growing up, I really was hanging out in their bedroom kind of kid. But I think that part of it is because, one, I had like the biggest bedroom out of my family, even though I was the youngest. I know I was spoiled, my bad. But also, my mom just made it like miserable to be out in the living room sometimes, because I'd be out in the living room watching a TV show or movie, and she'd be like, it's my TV, and then she'll change what's on the living room TV. And then on top of that, a lot of times if I was like in the living room or I was in the kitchen or something, she would just be like, oh my god, look who finally left their bedroom. And she'd constantly like give me chores to do, she'll give me tasks to do, and it got me to a point where like I'm conditionally trained to never leave my bedroom ever. And so I'm very excited about living with my sister because I think I'm going to have the opposite problem. I think I'm going to be in the living room 24/7 unless for whatever reason I'm told I'm not allowed to be for the time being or something, which I don't foresee that happening at all. Like, for the most part, my sister's friends are all her coworkers and stuff like that, and I've met a decent bit of them. So it's not like she's going to randomly invite somebody over one day and be like, hey, can you lock yourself in the room for the day? I don't think that's going to happen. But I am very excited about it. I am going to be doing a little series everything I do to move into my room. So you'll see I'm gonna have a pretty cool room considering the lack of space. But one of the big things that I'm really a huge fan of, and I've mentioned in the past that I wanted this, and people are like, no, you don't, but then now I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna see if they're right about that. But I've always wanted a ceiling that like goes diagonal. Like I feel like it's just so cool, and that it just feels like a cooler room and has more exciting like elements to play around with. And I finally have that. So I'm gonna make myself like a lofted bed almost. And I'm gonna use a bunch of 6 cube organizers, 9 cube organizers, 8 cube organizers, whatever. And I'm gonna have so much storage. I'm gonna have so much everything. It's gonna be awesome. But anyways, so I'm about to pull up to my mom's current workplace, and I don't want to pull up there on camera in case I get in trouble because she works out of school. So I will meet you guys at my new house. Alrighty, gang, I have now arrived at mi casa. First thing I'm going to do is a little haul situation because on the way here, I stopped at a gas station so I could fill up the gas tank for my lawnmower. And when I went to do that, I remembered my sister gave me a mission yesterday, which was remember to bring snacks because yesterday we were here for about, I want to say maybe like 10 hours and we didn't bring any food or of any kind. So today I went to the store, I got some snacks. Those are from the gas station. I got Pringles and Sun Harvest Sun Chips. And then I wasn't actually going to bother going and getting more snacks than that because I did bring some protein bars that I still have out in my car. But I ended up, the gas station I went to was apparently in a Publix plaza. So I was like, I'll run into Publix. These were buy one, get one free. So I got a peanut butter, nope, not peanut butter. I got salted caramel nuts protein bars and I got peanut butter dark chocolate bars. And then I got myself a bag of grapes as well because that sounds nice. But yeah, when I went to my mother's school so I could drop off the dolly for her, she ended up deciding she doesn't need it. So I still have that dolly in the back of my car. And luckily for me, she also gave me a microwave, which is awesome because when I was leaving, I went to grab my energy drink. And my dad, when I was on the way out, was like, oh my God, wait, bring this so you can have that for lunch. And I didn't even think about the fact that I had no way to heat that up. But my mom came in clutch with a microwave. So I'm going to go grab that microwave and grab everything out of my car. I'll probably do a quick little time lapse of that. Okay, now for some reason, all of my time lapses are kind of not focusing, but here's me trying to get the shop vac out. I was really struggling because it was stuck in between the dolly and the lawnmower, so there was that, and then here's me struggling to get that lawnmower out, and then I kind of packed up the car and grabbed my boxes that I had in my passenger seat. Okay, so I successfully got everything out of my house. There's the lawnmower, shop vac. I'm going to go to bring the shop vac in along with a couple boxes that I threw up on my porch. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and heat up my lunch, but while I'm waiting for that to happen, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a mini tour. So interestingly enough, our front door is actually like on the side of our house, but you walk right in, there's gonna be a living room right here. The plan as of right now is we got a massive sectional couch. We're gonna put it along this back wall, and then we're gonna have that entire wall lined with bookshelves and stuff, and then there's gonna be a TV right in the middle. So very excited about that. Also, for anybody who's like, oh, you guys already have furniture in here, very fun story. Yesterday, my sister and I came to do the final walkthrough, and when we went to do that, we came in here and we were actually really shocked because we were like, why the hell is there a bunch of furniture in here? We were expecting the house to be completely empty because, like, that's usually how house buying works. Like, they'll bring in some furniture and stuff to stage it so that whenever you come and check it out, you can see, like, oh, this is kind of what the room would look like if you have furniture in it. And then typically before you move in, they'll take the furniture out. But yesterday we got here, all the furniture was still here, and we were like, that's a little concerning. This is going to be our house at the end of the day. What's happening? So the real estate agent quickly made a couple calls and discovered that apparently when the people who staged this house, it was actually the people who owned this house. And they just left a bunch of furniture that they didn't need anymore. They like cleaned up their furniture and they just left it here. So the couch is now free and is now ours. That armchair is free and is now ours. That coffee table, entertainment stand, the kitchen table. And apparently they had one of their friends who lives in the area stage it with a bunch of like artwork and decorations and stuff like that. And they also did not need any of that stuff back. So stuff like that giant ass painting right there. There's some paintings and some mirrors behind there. That giant Life is Beautiful sign all just kind of came with the house. So that's kind of cool. I'm kind of excited about it. The main thing I'm really excited about, my sister and I did not have a kitchen table, and it was something we were very worried about because at some point we're planning on building in a cool kitchen table that has built-in cabinets and stuff like that. But as of right now, that's going to be like $1,000 project. Having a free kitchen table that we can use for the first like 2 or 3 months we live here is so convenient. So obviously, like I said, this is going to be the living room. We walk right into our beautiful kitchen, and this is the selling point of the house. We saw this kitchen, and the next like most decent kitchen after this one was in a house that was about $40,000 above budget. So this was the only one in our budget that had a beautiful kitchen. And honestly, this is still the best kitchen we looked at. So absolutely fantastic, beautiful, lovely. It does not have a dishwasher, so we will be hand washing everything, but that's not a problem. It's just me and my sister. That fridge is absolutely tiny. We are gonna get a new one. I've already priced that up, and I should potentially be able to do that later this week, actually, if I want to. But yeah, in case you weren't sure, kitchen. We also have a front porch, which is really nice. I am very excited about us having a front porch, but now we go on to the other side of the house, which is where all the bedrooms and everything are. There's only 2 bedrooms because, like I said, it's just me and my sister. So we walk into my room, and like I said, people have been telling me, oh my God, Blake, your room is tiny. I honestly have no problems with this. Like, this actually works really well for me. So for one, closet, plenty of space. I'm gonna put a dresser in my closet, which is fine. I have my bed right here. I'm gonna be, I'll explain that tape in the future in another video. That's kind of the desk that I currently have. That's the size of how it's gonna map out. And then once again, they left a bunch of like mirrors and stuff. I'm gonna give that to my sister. She's gonna love it. Then we go into my bathroom, which for the most part, pretty perfect, pretty dandy. I am getting a new toilet. Obviously, it's one of the first things you should do when you get a new house is at least get a new toilet seat. But this is my shower. And if you notice, it appears to be missing something. Yeah, funny thing, when we did our first walkthrough and we looked at the house, none of us noticed that. And then we came and looked at the house again, and then we placed an offer. And then my mom came after that. So we went to the house maybe 3 times before my mom was finally like, oh, Blake, there's not a shower head in your shower. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, there's no shower head in there. And I was like, what? So at some point I need to buy a shower head to make sure it's compatible. So that's going to be fun. And then another thing, so this bathroom, I get full range. I'm very excited. It's going to be astronaut themed. I have some astronaut paintings I'm going to put up on the wall. I might try to paint the ceiling black since it's textured. It might be really difficult to do that, but I'm very excited about that. Then across from my bathroom, we have the laundry room, which these are old washing machine dryer. I personally did not have a problem with it, but my mom has been so hell-bent on we need newer stuff. So our housewarming gift from our parents is actually going to be a stacked washer and dryer set that is a little bit slimmer against the wall, so that way we could put a door to block it. So that's kind of cool. I am very excited about that. And then here's my sister's room. As you can see, she already painted it. This is what we did yesterday. We bought the house and then we immediately came to paint. And then if we come in here, we have her master bath, which is very simple, very cute, but that tub is fucking gigantic. It's huge. If I had a tripod with me, I would go sit in it. But like, trust me, it's a pretty good sized tub. I'm excited about it. I'm going to be using it. She is already aware that I'm probably going to use it every once in a while. It's fine. But yeah, that's the whole house. And then we have a massive backyard, which I'm insanely excited about. We plan on hosting a lot of like parties and stuff. And my oldest sister was just like, you can't really do that when your house is 900 square feet. But the big thing is we have a backyard that's very well shaded. And on top of that, our kitchen is big. Our living room is big. So the areas where people would actually be hanging out if we hosted people are big enough that we can fit people. So I think it's exciting. But yeah, so that's that. I'm gonna go ahead and meet you guys when I do the time lapse for me mowing the lawn, and then I'll see you guys a little bit later than that. I might genuinely need to do this time lapse in multiple parts because of how massive my yard is. So that's like the back half of my backyard. The front half of my backyard. This is gonna take forever and a half. First off, I need to round up all the random sticks and stuff because I don't want to risk accidentally fucking up my dad's lawnmower because he was nice enough to let me borrow it for the time being. So let's do that. And once again, it's just out of focus, and I really don't know why, but I'm out here getting some, like, big branches, and part of me thinks that the people who are kind of, like, fixing up this house before they sold it off to us were kind of chopping down some of the big branches from some of these trees above us, because I had noticed that some of them looked like they would have branches in some spots, but there weren't, so I think that when they did that, they kind of, like, left some of the debris here. So there are some huge logs I wasn't able to take care of, but I got the majority. And then here for me mowing the lawn, I decided to just do a time-lapse of me mowing the front half of the lawn. And I'm not even gonna lie to you, I think that this took maybe like 45 minutes. This took me a really long time, and it's also really hard because, and I'll show you this in a little bit, there are some pillars kind of sticking up and out of the ground, and going around them was really a big struggle for me. But once again, here's me cleaning up more sticks because there are giant sticks everywhere. There also were a bunch of glass bottles everywhere. Cleaning up this backyard was a giant mess, but I'm having a good time with it. After about 45 minutes, we are halfway done. That was half of the yard. That was the first half of the yard. This is being a pain in the ass. I will admit, though, in the future, it's going to be easier because I am going to get rid of those poles. Those poles are kind of messing up my lines because every time I would come back to do that line, I would realize, oh, shit, I need to go around this pole first. So once I get rid of those, that should be fun. I meant to do that today, I completely forgot to bring a shovel. So I could do it by hand. It's not fucking worth it. I'll wait till I have a shovel, but it's looking good. Anyways, about an hour and a half later, I actually finished mowing the lawn about like 30 minutes ago. Pretty much mowed everything except for that back corner because there's a giant log that's kind of blocking it off. And if I'm being totally honest with you, nothing in that back corner is really that high that it's going to bother me much. But it looks pretty good. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm taking a quick break to have some lunch, and then the next thing I'm going to go out there and I'm going to spray the yard. My mom got me this special thing that's supposed to kill a bunch of fire ants, which is good because I actually got attacked a lot and I didn't notice it. Okay, so now probably the last two things I'm going to do before I head out. I got a hose and I got this Cutter backyard bug control thing. And like I said, I'm just going to go ahead and spray pretty much my entire backyard. And then I have something similar for inside, which I'm going to spray along the door lines and just all along the baseboards. Because like I said, we have a little bit of a spider problem. Right in the front door, there's a little bit of like an ant problem, but I don't think it's too bad. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't know how entertaining that would be. So I'm probably actually just gonna go ahead and end this video here, but I wanted to let you guys know what I'm doing for the rest of my day. Guys, I'm gonna fucking dropkick somebody, and it is this hose that I'm currently dealing with. I don't have a shit ton of experience with hoses, but tell me why the fuck there's 27,000 kinks in here. What the absolute bazonkers hill is happening right now? Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That 9 fucking kinks. And they're all in a row. And in the past, when I've had problems with the hose having a bunch of kinks, you just shake it. You just shake it aggressively. That's not doing shit. I'm going to scream and cry and throw up. And I hope you guys get to have a beautiful, amazing day. And I will hopefully see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, peace out.